The Galactic Council's dismissal. The Galactic Council was a grand assembly of the galaxy's most advanced species. Each member came from a different star system, and they gathered to discuss important matters that affected the galaxy. Among these members were the majestic Xantorians, the sleek and cunning Xylorians, and the wise and ancient Ylnarians. All had one thing in common. They saw Earth as a primitive and insignificant planet. In a spacious, gleaming chamber of the Council's headquarters, the members were engaged in a lively debate. Holographic displays projected images of Earth and its technology. The Xantorian representative, a towering figure with shimmering blue skin, spoke with a voice full of authority. Humans have made some progress, but their technology is far from impressive. They are still using fossil fuels and outdated machinery. The Xylorian representative, with her sharp silver eyes and sleek form, nodded in agreement. Indeed, they have barely scratched the surface of advanced science. How can we take them seriously as a galactic power? Across the room, the Ylnarians, with their wise and serene expressions, remained silent. They had a history of observing and waiting before making decisions. One of them, an old and respected figure, finally spoke. We must be cautious. Even if their technology seems primitive, humans have shown remarkable creativity. We should keep an open mind. But the majority of the council members were not convinced. They had seen many species rise and fall, and Earth seemed no different. The human scientists, despite their efforts, were still viewed as being behind in the grand scheme of galactic advancement. Meanwhile, on Earth, a group of scientists and engineers was working on a project that could change everything. They were building a Dyson swarm, a network of solar collectors in space designed to harness the energy of the sun on a scale never before attempted. This project was humanity's boldest step into the future, yet it remained a closely guarded secret. In a high-tech lab on Earth, Dr. Emily Carter and her team were putting the final touches on the Dyson swarm. Emily, a leading scientist with a determined gaze, reviewed the data with her team. This is it. We're about to unveil something that will prove our worth to the galaxy. Let's make sure everything is perfect. Her team worked tirelessly, adjusting and calibrating the complex machinery. They knew that their success or failure could significantly impact humanity's place in the galaxy. The project's secrecy was crucial, as any premature announcement could lead to sabotage or interference. Back in the Galactic Council chamber, the debate continued. The Ylnarians tried to argue for a more open-minded approach. Perhaps we should consider the possibility that humans might surprise us. They have a history of overcoming obstacles, but the dominant voices in the council were not swayed. Even if they have potential, their current technology does not warrant serious consideration, said the Xantorian representative dismissively. As the council session continued, a new report came in from one of their remote observation posts. It described strange energy readings coming from Earth's solar system. The data was puzzling and unlike anything they had seen before. The council members exchanged concerned glances, but their skepticism remained. They attributed the readings to natural phenomena or anomalies. On Earth, the moment of truth was approaching. The human team prepared to make their announcement. The Dyson swarm was almost ready to go live, and the entire project had reached a critical stage. Emily and her team held their breath as they initiated the final sequence. The first test of the Dyson swarm was a success. The massive array of solar collectors began to harness and transmit energy back to Earth. The results were astonishing. An unprecedented amount of clean energy was being collected. The scientists were elated, knowing they had achieved something groundbreaking. They prepared a transmission to the Galactic Council, eager to show the galaxy what humanity had accomplished. But as they sent their message, they were unaware of the Council's ongoing dismissiveness. The message was received, but the Council members paid little attention to it, still doubting the significance of the human achievement. As the days passed, the energy readings from Earth grew even more remarkable. Still, the Council's skepticism persisted. They continued to view humans as an underdeveloped species with a few impressive tricks, but lacking in true technological prowess. The Galactic Council's dismissal of humanity continued, leaving the Earth scientists and their groundbreaking project in the background. However, the Dyson swarm was about to make a dramatic impact, and the galaxy's perception of humanity was about to change in ways no one could have predicted. With the Council's disbelief firmly in place, the stage was set for a revelation that would challenge their assumptions and force them to confront their own prejudices about humanity. The Dyson swarm was more than just a technological achievement. It was the key to shifting the balance of power and altering the course of galactic history. The big project, the Dyson Swarm Project, was humanity's most ambitious endeavor yet. Hidden away from the prying eyes of the Galactic Council, it was being developed on the far side of the moon. This secluded location was perfect for keeping the project under wraps. The scientists and engineers working on it knew the importance of their work, but they also understood the risks of their secrecy. Dr. Emily Carter led the team. Her bright eyes reflected the excitement and pressure of the task. The lab was filled with advanced machinery, screens displaying complex data, and blueprints scattered across every surface. The team was a mix of experts in various fields, physics, engineering, and computer science, all working together to build a network of solar collectors that would orbit the sun. The Dyson swarm was no ordinary project. It involved thousands of solar panels placed in a precise formation around the sun to capture and convert its energy. The energy collected would be sent back to Earth, providing an almost limitless source of clean power. It was a bold move that, if successful, would prove humanity's capabilities to the galaxy. As Emily reviewed the latest data, her colleague, Dr. Raj Patel, approached her with a worried look. "Emily, we're facing some issues with the alignment of the panels. The calculations don't match our projections." Emily frowned and studied the readouts. "Let's see what's going wrong. This is crucial, and we need to fix it before we can proceed." The team worked late into the night, troubleshooting the alignment problems. Each panel needed to be perfectly positioned to ensure the entire system functioned as intended. Every minor error could lead to a significant loss of energy or even failure of the project. Despite the challenges, the team remained determined. They had come too far to turn back now. Emily's leadership and the team's dedication helped them overcome the technical issues. Slowly but surely, the project began to take shape. While the scientists worked tirelessly, the Galactic Council continued to dismiss human achievements. They saw the energy readings from Earth as a minor curiosity rather than a groundbreaking development. The Council's members were too wrapped up in their own biases to give the project serious consideration. One day, as Emily and her team were preparing for a crucial test, a strange signal was detected. It was a signal that seemed to be coming from one of the alien spy networks monitoring Earth. The team was on high alert, knowing that any leak could jeopardize their project. Emily quickly contacted her security team. "We've detected an unauthorized signal. We need to investigate and ensure our project remains secure." The security team worked to trace the source of the signal. Meanwhile, Emily and her engineers focused on the test, which was critical for calibrating the Dyson swarm's energy collection systems. They had designed a simulation to test the efficiency of energy transmission from the panels to Earth. As the simulation began, the data streamed in. The results were impressive. The Dyson swarm was functioning beyond their expectations. The energy collection rates were higher than anticipated, and the system was stable. Emily and her team felt a surge of excitement. Their hard work was paying off. However, the discovery of the alien signal raised concerns. The team knew that if aliens discovered the true scope of the Dyson swarm, it could lead to complications. The Galactic Council's dismissal might turn into hostile interest or even sabotage. The team had to stay vigilant. Despite the potential threats, the team pressed on. They prepared for the upcoming public demonstration of the Dyson swarm, knowing that it would be their chance to showcase humanity's achievement to the galaxy. They hoped that this would change the Council's perception and prove their worth. The day of the demonstration arrived. Emily and her team were ready to unveil their project to the galaxy. The Dyson swarm had been fully activated, and the energy collected was being transmitted back to Earth in real time. This was the moment they had been working toward for so long. The demonstration was broadcast to the Galactic Council and other interested parties. The images showed the Dyson swarm in action, with its panels glowing brightly as they collected and converted solar energy. The data displayed the incredible efficiency of the system and its potential to provide an almost limitless source of power. As the transmission ended, the response from the council was slow. The members were initially quiet, still grappling with the significance of what they had just seen. Some were impressed, but others remained skeptical. The council had to decide how to react to this new development. On Earth, Emily and her team waited anxiously for feedback. They knew that the demonstration was a critical step in gaining the council's respect. They hoped that the undeniable evidence of their achievement would force the council to reconsider their views on humanity. In the meantime, the alien spies continued their surveillance, and the Galactic Council's members debated the implications of the Dyson swarm. The future of human-alien relations was uncertain, but one thing was clear: humanity had taken a bold step into the galactic spotlight. The Dyson swarm was not just a technological marvel, it was a statement of human ingenuity and determination. As the council deliberated, Emily and her team remained hopeful. They knew that their project was more than just a breakthrough in energy technology. It was a chance to prove that humanity was capable of greatness and deserving of a place among the stars. Alien curiosity. The galaxy buzzed with excitement and speculation following the demonstration of the Dyson swarm. For many, it was a marvel of engineering. For others, it was a sign that humans were not as primitive as they had once believed. In a galaxy filled with advanced species, this new development stirred both interest and concern. Among the most intrigued were the Xylorians, a sleek and agile race known for their sharp intellect. Their ambassador, Saria, had been one of the few to watch the demonstration with genuine curiosity. Her silver eyes flickered with excitement as she reviewed the data transmitted from Earth. The Xylorians were known for their technological prowess, but the Dyson swarm had surpassed their expectations. In the Xylorian capital, Saria convened a meeting with her top scientists and advisors. The room was filled with holographic displays and advanced equipment. "We have received new data from Earth," Saria said, her voice echoing in the sleek chamber. "The Dyson swarm is not just a theoretical concept, it is a working reality. This could have significant implications for our understanding of human technology." One of her scientists, Dr. Talon, adjusted his glasses and analyzed the data. "The energy output is astounding. It's far beyond what we thought humans could achieve. We need to learn more about how they managed to build such a system." Saria nodded. "We must investigate further. Send a team to Earth to gather more information. We need to understand their methods and capabilities." Meanwhile, the Ylnarians, a wise and ancient species known for their patience and long-term vision, were also taking notice. Despite their previous skepticism, they began to reconsider their stance. The Ylnarians had always been cautious, preferring to observe and learn before making judgments. In the Ylnarian council chamber, the leaders gathered to discuss the recent developments. "The Dyson swarm represents a significant leap in technology," said Elder Krell, one of the Ylnarian elders. "We should keep an open mind. Humans may have more to offer than we initially thought. About the Dyson swarm, but also to understand the broader implications for galactic diplomacy. They hoped to gauge whether humans were ready for more significant interactions with other species." On Earth, Emily Carter and her team were still basking in the success of their demonstration. They had hoped to gain recognition, but the level of interest from alien species was more than they had anticipated. They were aware that their work had attracted attention, but they were not prepared for the level of scrutiny that followed. Emily was in her office, going over the latest reports, when her communications officer, Sam, burst in. "Emily, we've detected several alien ships entering Earth's orbit. They're from different species. This is unprecedented." Emily's heart raced. She knew this was a turning point, but the reality of it was overwhelming. "Prepare for first contact," she instructed. "We need to be ready for anything." The Xylorian delegation arrived first. Their sleek silver spacecraft landed in a remote area of Earth, away from major cities to avoid causing panic. The Xylorians were led by Saria, who was eager to meet with the human scientists. Emily greeted them with a mix of excitement and caution. "Welcome to Earth," Emily said, extending her hand in a gesture of goodwill. "I'm Dr. Emily Carter. We're honored by your interest in our Dyson swarm. Saria's eyes glimmered with curiosity as she took Emily's hand. Thank you, Dr. Carter. We have come to learn more about your technology. The Dyson swarm is truly impressive. Emily led the Xylorians to the facility where the Dyson swarm was located. As they toured the project, Saria and her team examined every detail. They were fascinated by the human ingenuity and the complexity of the system. Meanwhile, the Yilnarian observers arrived, their ancient and dignified vessels drifting gently into orbit. They approached with a sense of reverence, keen to understand the significance of the Dyson swarm and what it meant for the future of galactic relations. Elder Krall, the leader of the Yilnarian delegation, met with Emily in a more formal setting. Dr. Carter, we have long believed in the potential of all species, but your achievement has exceeded our expectations. We wish to understand how you achieved this and what it means for our future interactions. Emily explained the technology and the process behind the Dyson swarm, sharing insights into human innovation and determination. The Yilnarians listened attentively, their wisdom and experience allowing them to appreciate the significance of the project. As the days passed, both the Xylorians and Yilnarians began to form their own opinions about humanity. The Xylorians were impressed by the practical application of human technology, while the Yilnarians saw the Dyson swarm as a sign of potential for meaningful future collaborations. The increased interest from these alien species brought a mix of excitement and anxiety for Emily and her team. They knew that their project had the potential to change the dynamics of galactic diplomacy, but they also understood the challenges of dealing with so many different perspectives. In the end, the curiosity of the alien species marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The Dyson swarm had not only proven human capability, but had also opened doors to new possibilities for interaction and cooperation with other advanced races. As the alien delegations prepared to leave Earth, they carried with them a newfound respect for humanity. The Dyson swarm had made its mark, and the galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. The reveal. The day of the grand reveal had arrived. Earth's scientists and leaders were on edge, eager to showcase the Dyson swarm to the Galactic Council and the rest of the galaxy. This was their chance to prove that humanity was more than just a primitive species. The anticipation was palpable. Dr. Emily Carter stood in the control room, surrounded by her team. The room was filled with monitors and holographic displays, all showing live data from the Dyson swarm. The system was ready, and everything was in place for the big demonstration. Emily took a deep breath, feeling a mix of pride and nervousness. "Are we ready?" Emily asked, looking around at her team. "Yes, everything is set," replied Raj Patel, one of the lead engineers. "The transmission to the Galactic Council is established and secure. We're ready to show them what we've achieved." The control room was buzzing with activity. The team made final adjustments and ensured that all systems were functioning correctly. Outside, in space, the Dyson swarm was positioned perfectly around the sun, its solar panels shimmering as they collected sunlight. The Galactic Council's headquarters, a vast and elegant structure orbiting a distant star, was filled with representatives from various species. The council members, including the skeptical Xantorians and the wise Yilnarians, gathered in the main chamber. They were about to witness a live broadcast of the Dyson swarm's capabilities. As the broadcast began, a holographic image of the Dyson swarm appeared in the council chamber. The members watched in silence as the camera zoomed in on the massive array of solar panels, each one carefully placed in orbit around the sun. A voice from Earth spoke over the transmission, explaining the purpose and function of the Dyson swarm. "Greetings, esteemed members of the Galactic Council. Today we present to you our greatest achievement, the Dyson swarm. This network of solar collectors is designed to harness the energy of the sun on an unprecedented scale." The council members watched in awe as the broadcast displayed real-time data. The solar panels were capturing sunlight and converting it into energy, which was then transmitted back to Earth. The energy output was displayed in glowing numbers on the holographic screens. One of the Xantorian representatives, a tall figure with glowing blue skin, leaned forward in his seat. "This energy output is beyond anything we have seen from a species that was considered primitive. The Xylorian ambassador, Saria, who had been impressed by the earlier data, now observed the live demonstration with renewed interest. The precision and efficiency of this technology are remarkable. It's clear that humans have achieved something extraordinary. The Yilnarian elder Kral, known for his wisdom and patience, nodded in agreement. This achievement speaks volumes about human capability and ingenuity. It seems we have underestimated them. As the demonstration continued, Emily and her team showed different aspects of the Dyson swarm's functionality. They highlighted its ability to store and distribute energy, its durability, and its efficiency in capturing solar power. The demonstration also included a live feed of energy being transmitted to Earth, illustrating the practical impact of their technology. Throughout the broadcast, the reactions from the Galactic Council varied. Some members were visibly impressed, their skepticism beginning to wane. Others remained cautious, still grappling with the implications of the new technology. Once the demonstration concluded, the council members began discussing their impressions. The Xantorians, who had initially dismissed the project, were now reconsidering their stance. "Perhaps we were too hasty in our judgment of humanity," said one Xantorian representative. "This technology is impressive. The Xylorians and Yilnarians were already preparing their reports." Syria and Elder Kral exchanged a glance, knowing that this demonstration could lead to new opportunities for collaboration. They were eager to explore the potential of working together with humanity. Back on Earth, Emily and her team watched as the council's deliberations were broadcast back to them. The comments from the council members were mixed, but there was a clear shift in their attitudes. The skepticism was giving way to respect and curiosity. As the broadcast ended, Emily gathered her team. "We've done it. We've shown the galaxy what we're capable of. Now we wait to see how the council will respond." The team cheered, their hard work and dedication having paid off. They knew that the reveal was just the beginning. The Dyson swarm had proven humanity's capabilities, but it was up to them to build on this success and forge new relationships with the other species. In the Galactic Council chamber, the members continued their discussions. The Dyson swarm had challenged their perceptions and opened the door to new possibilities. The future of human-alien relations was uncertain. But one thing was clear: humanity had earned a place in the galactic community. The reveal of the Dyson swarm was more than just a demonstration of technology. It was a turning point in how the galaxy viewed humanity. The once dismissed species had made a bold statement, and the galaxy was taking notice. Changing views. The Dyson swarm had made waves across the galaxy. The once dismissive Galactic Council was now grappling with a new reality. The impressive display of human technology had sparked a shift in perspective, and the Council's meetings were filled with debates and discussions about humanity's newfound capabilities. In the Council chamber, the atmosphere was charged with excitement and uncertainty. Representatives from various species gathered to assess the implications of the Dyson swarm. The Xantorians, who had initially been the most skeptical, were now re-evaluating their stance. Their leader, Zarnus, spoke with a hint of awe in his voice. "This technology is beyond our previous expectations. Humanity has achieved something truly remarkable. We must reconsider their place in the galaxy." The Xylorians, who had been intrigued by the Dyson swarm from the start, were eager to explore potential collaborations. Syria, the Xylorian ambassador, addressed the council. "The Dyson swarm demonstrates not only technical skill, but also a strategic vision. We should seek to engage with humans and explore joint ventures." Elder Kral of the Yilnarians, known for his wisdom and foresight, added, "This achievement suggests that humanity has the potential for great contributions to our collective progress. We should approach this with an open mind and explore ways to work together." As the council discussed the implications, human representatives were busy preparing for the next phase. Emily Carter and her team had been contacted by various alien delegations interested in discussing possible collaborations. The shift in attitude was evident. The same council that once saw humanity as primitive was now eager to learn more and engage in dialogue. Emily and her team had a busy schedule. They held meetings with the Xylorians to discuss technological exchanges. The Xylorians were interested in sharing their advanced propulsion systems and, in return, learning more about Earth's energy innovations. The discussions were positive, and both sides saw the potential for mutual benefits. In addition to the Xylorians, the Ylnarians expressed a desire for deeper cooperation. Elder Kraal's delegation visited Earth to explore possibilities for cultural and scientific exchanges. They were impressed by the human commitment to knowledge and progress and saw an opportunity to foster long-term partnerships. Despite the positive developments, there were still challenges to overcome. Some factions within the council remained cautious. They worried about the implications of such advanced technology falling into the wrong hands or being used in ways that could disrupt the balance of power in the galaxy. One day, Emily received a communication from Zarnus, the Xantorian leader. He requested a private meeting to discuss the future of human-alien relations. Emily was intrigued and a bit anxious. The Xantorians had been the most critical of humanity, and this meeting could be pivotal. In a high-security conference room, Emily met with Zarnus and his team. Zarnus, despite his imposing presence, seemed genuinely interested. "Dr. Carter, I must admit that I underestimated humanity's potential. The Dyson swarm has changed my perspective. However, there are concerns about how this technology might impact galactic stability." Emily nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "We share your concerns. Our goal is to use this technology responsibly and to build positive relationships with other species. We're open to working together to ensure that the technology is used for the benefit of all." Zarnus appeared thoughtful. "Very well. If humanity is committed to responsible use and collaboration, we can work together to address these concerns. I propose forming a joint committee to oversee the integration of this technology and ensure that it benefits the galaxy as a whole." The meeting ended on a hopeful note. Zarnus's proposal for a joint committee was a significant step forward in fostering cooperation and ensuring that the Dyson swarm's technology was used in a way that aligned with galactic interests. As the weeks passed, the changing views within the Galactic Council led to increased diplomatic activity. Human representatives participated in discussions about galactic regulations and technology sharing. The Council's previously rigid stance was giving way to a more collaborative approach. Emily and her team continued to engage with different species, working on joint projects and exploring new opportunities. The positive momentum was evident as new agreements and partnerships were forged. One of the most promising outcomes was the establishment of a research and development alliance with the Xylorians. The alliance aimed to combine human ingenuity with Xylorian technology to create new advancements that could benefit both species. The Ylnarians also proposed a cultural exchange program. This initiative would allow humans and Ylnarians to learn from each other's histories, philosophies, and traditions, fostering a deeper understanding and respect between the two species. The changing views in the Galactic Council marked a new chapter in human-alien relations. The once dismissive perception of humanity was being replaced by a recognition of their capabilities and potential. The Dyson swarm had served as a catalyst for this transformation, proving that even a species once considered primitive could achieve greatness. As Emily reflected on the journey, she felt a sense of accomplishment. The Dyson swarm had not only demonstrated human technological prowess, but had also paved the way for a more inclusive and cooperative galactic community. The future was now filled with possibilities, and humanity was ready to embrace its place among the stars. New opportunities. The buzz in the galaxy was palpable. The successful demonstration of the Dyson swarm had opened doors for humanity like never before. With the once dismissive Galactic Council now embracing humanity's potential, new opportunities were unfolding at a rapid pace. On Earth, Dr. Emily Carter and her team were busy managing the flurry of new collaborations and projects. The interest from various species had transformed their daily routines into a whirlwind of meetings, negotiations, and planning sessions. The Dyson swarm had not only proven humanity's technological capabilities, but had also sparked a renaissance of exploration and cooperation. One of the most exciting developments was the establishment of the Earth-Xylorian Research Alliance. The Xylorians, known for their advanced propulsion technologies, were eager to collaborate with humans to enhance space travel. Emily met with Saria, the Xylorian ambassador, in a high-tech conference room filled with blueprints and holographic displays. "We've reviewed your proposals," Saria said, her silver eyes reflecting excitement. "Combining our propulsion systems with your energy collection methods could revolutionize interstellar travel." Emily nodded, her enthusiasm matching Saria's. "Exactly. Our goal is to create faster and more efficient spacecraft. This will open new frontiers for both our species." The Xylorian team was already working on integrating their propulsion technology with the energy harvested from the Dyson swarm. The potential for breakthroughs in space travel was enormous, and both teams were committed to pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Meanwhile, the Ylnarians had initiated a cultural exchange program. Elder Kral, with his wisdom and deep understanding of galactic cultures, believed that sharing knowledge and traditions would strengthen ties between species. A delegation of Ylnarians arrived on Earth to kick off the program. In a grand hall, decorated with artifacts from both human and Ylnarian cultures, Emily welcomed Elder Kral and his team. "It's an honor to have you here. This cultural exchange will help us understand each other better and build stronger relationships." Elder Kral's eyes gleamed with approval. "We are eager to learn about human history and culture. This exchange will enrich both our peoples and pave the way for future collaboration." The cultural exchange program included art exhibits, educational workshops, and social events. Human artists showcased their work alongside Ylnarian creations, and historians from both species shared their insights into their respective histories. The program fostered mutual respect and curiosity, deepening the bonds between the two civilizations. As these new alliances took shape, Emily and her team were also involved in discussions with the Xantorians. Zarnus's proposal for a joint committee to oversee the use of Dyson swarm technology had been accepted. The committee was designed to ensure that the technology was used responsibly and that its benefits were shared equitably. In a secure conference room, Emily met with Zarnus and representatives from other species involved in the committee. The room was filled with holographic displays showing the latest developments and proposals. "We have a responsibility to manage this technology carefully," Zarnus said, his voice serious but respectful. "Our goal is to create guidelines that ensure its safe and beneficial use." Emily agreed. "Our team is committed to transparency and collaboration. We want to work with the committee to establish standards that will protect all species and promote mutual growth." The committee worked diligently to develop regulations and protocols for the Dyson swarm technology. They focused on preventing misuse and ensuring that the technology contributed to the common good. The collaborative efforts of the committee members reflected a newfound spirit of cooperation and shared responsibility. As humanity continued to engage with the galactic community, the impact of the Dyson swarm became more evident. New joint ventures and research projects emerged, each one contributing to a greater understanding of the universe and the possibilities for future exploration. One such project was the development of a new space station, funded by the Xylorians and managed jointly with human engineers. The station was designed to serve as a hub for scientific research and interstellar travel. Its construction marked a significant milestone in human-Xylorian collaboration. The space station project was a symbol of the new era of cooperation. It provided a platform for shared research, technology exchange, and exploration. The station's facilities were equipped with advanced Xylorian technology and human innovations, creating a state-of-the-art center for scientific discovery. On Earth, the success of the Dyson swarm and the subsequent collaborations had a profound effect on public perception. Humans were no longer seen as just a developing species, but as capable and innovative partners in the galactic community. The excitement and optimism were reflected in the media, education, and public discourse. As the galaxy embraced these new opportunities, the future looked bright. The relationships between species were strengthened, and new pathways for exploration and cooperation were opened. Humanity had proven its worth and had become an integral part of the galactic fabric. Emily Carter stood on the observation deck of the new space station, looking out at the vast expanse of space. The view was breathtaking, filled with stars and distant galaxies. She felt a deep sense of accomplishment and hope for the future. The Dyson swarm had been more than just a technological achievement. It had been a catalyst for change. It had brought species together, fostered new collaborations, and expanded the horizons of what was possible. As Emily gazed out into the cosmos, she knew that humanity was on the brink of an exciting new chapter in its history, one filled with endless possibilities and discoveries. Rising threats, the newfound excitement and cooperation among the galaxy's species were palpable. The successful integration of the Dyson swarm with advanced technologies from other species had created a hopeful atmosphere. But amid the optimism, shadows began to emerge. Reports of strange energy fluctuations started arriving from several sectors. The fluctuations were minor at first, but their frequency and intensity increased, drawing attention from the Galactic Council. Scientists and engineers from various species, including humans, were tasked with investigating these anomalies. Dr. Emily Carter, now a key figure in galactic affairs, was informed of the disturbances. She was in her lab when the alert came through. The message was clear. The energy fluctuations were disrupting the Dyson swarm's operations and affecting nearby systems. "Emily, we need to address these anomalies," Raj Patel, one of her lead engineers, said urgently. "The data indicates that the fluctuations are coming from a sector known for its dense interstellar traffic." Emily frowned. "This could be a coincidence, but it's worth investigating. If something is interfering with the Dyson swarm, it could have serious consequences." The council convened an emergency meeting to discuss the situation. The chamber was filled with representatives from various species, each bringing their expertise to the table. The once optimistic discussions had turned serious. Syria, the Xylorian ambassador, spoke first. "The energy disruptions are concerning. Our preliminary analysis suggests that they are not of natural origin. There might be an external force at play." Elder Krall of the Yilnarians nodded in agreement. "We must consider the possibility of deliberate interference. This could be an attempt to destabilize the current balance of power in the galaxy." The Xantorians, previously cautious but now more engaged, expressed their concerns. Zarnus, the Xantorian leader, addressed the council. "We should investigate these disturbances thoroughly. If there is a threat, we need to identify it and take appropriate action." The council decided to send a joint task force to investigate the source of the energy fluctuations. The team was composed of experts from various species, including humans, Xylorians, Yilnarians, and Xantorians. Their mission was to identify the cause of the disturbances and neutralize any potential threat. Emily was appointed to lead the human part of the task force. She, along with a team of engineers and scientists, prepared for the mission. The task force's spaceship, equipped with advanced sensors and defensive systems, was ready for departure. As they journeyed to the affected sector, the team analyzed the data and discussed possible scenarios. The energy fluctuations were growing stronger, and their pattern suggested a coordinated effort rather than random interference. The spaceship arrived at the sector and began its investigation. The team deployed drones and sensors to scan the area. The readings confirmed their fears. The energy disruptions were being caused by an unknown entity, emitting energy pulses that interfered with the Dyson swarm. One of the scientists, Dr. Sarah Lee, pointed to a holographic display showing the energy pulses. "These pulses are irregular, but they follow a distinct pattern. It looks like someone is deliberately targeting the Dyson swarm." Emily's eyes narrowed. "If this is deliberate, it could be an attempt to sabotage the technology or destabilize the galactic order. We need to find the source and understand their motives." The task force traced the energy pulses to a distant, uncharted part of the sector. They discovered a hidden facility, camouflaged and heavily shielded. The facility was emitting the disruptive pulses, and its advanced technology was sophisticated enough to evade initial detection. As the task force approached the facility, they encountered resistance. Unknown forces using advanced weaponry engaged them in a high-stakes battle. The team fought bravely, using their combined expertise and technology to repel the attackers. During the confrontation, Emily managed to infiltrate the facility with a small team. Inside, they found evidence of a group known as the Korath, a rogue faction with a history of conflict and a desire to challenge the galactic status quo. Emily discovered a control room filled with data and schematics. The Korath were attempting to reverse engineer the Dyson swarm technology to create their own weaponized version. Their goal was to use the technology to exert control and disrupt the balance of power in the galaxy. "This is worse than we thought," Emily said, examining the data. "The Korath plan to weaponize the Dyson swarm's energy. If they succeed, they could cause widespread chaos." The task force regrouped and prepared to shut down the facility. With coordinated efforts, they disabled the facility's energy emitters and captured key Korath operatives. The mission was a success, but the implications were serious. Back at the Galactic Council, the news of the Korath threat was met with shock and concern. The Council held an emergency session to address the situation and develop a plan to prevent further disruptions. Elder Kral spoke with gravity. "The Korath's actions are a reminder of the challenges we face. We must strengthen our defenses and enhance our cooperation to safeguard the galaxy." Zarnus, the Xantorian leader, added, "We must also address the root causes of such threats. Engaging with potential dissenters and understanding their grievances could help prevent future conflicts." The Council decided to bolster security measures and increase surveillance to detect and respond to similar threats. They also pledged to work together more closely, sharing intelligence and resources to maintain galactic stability. For Emily and her team, the experience was a sobering reminder of the complexities and dangers of galactic diplomacy. The Dyson swarm had opened doors to new opportunities, but it had also drawn attention from those who sought to disrupt the peace. As Emily looked out at the stars from her ship, she knew that the journey ahead would be challenging. The galaxy was a vast and dynamic place, filled with both opportunities and threats. But with renewed determination and cooperation, humanity and its allies were ready to face the challenges and continue their quest for a brighter future. The galaxy had barely caught its breath after the recent crisis when new tensions began to surface. The defeat of the Korath and the disruption of their plans were significant victories, but they also highlighted the fragility of the newfound galactic harmony. With the Korath threat subdued, the focus now shifted to addressing the underlying issues that had led to their rise. The Galactic Council convened to discuss the next steps. Representatives from various species gathered, including Emily Carter, who had returned from the mission with valuable insights. The atmosphere was tense, with members exchanging concerned glances. Elder Kral opened the session with a solemn tone. "The Korath's actions have exposed vulnerabilities in our collective security. We must address these issues to prevent future conflicts and ensure that the balance of power remains stable." Saria, the Xylorian ambassador, nodded. "Agreed. We need to enhance our defenses and intelligence-sharing mechanisms, but we must also address the root causes of dissent to prevent similar factions from emerging." Zarnus, the Xantorian leader, added, "We must also be cautious of those who might exploit the current uncertainty. There are factions within the galaxy that could seek to take advantage of this situation." As the Council debated potential solutions, a new threat emerged. Unidentified ships, equipped with advanced technology and seemingly hostile intent, began appearing near key galactic outposts. These ships were attacking supply routes and disrupting communication channels. The attacks were precise and devastating, suggesting a coordinated effort by a well-equipped force. Emily and her team were once again thrust into action. They were tasked with leading a mission to investigate and confront the new threat. The task force, now familiar with high-stakes situations, prepared for what promised to be a challenging confrontation. The team's spaceship, equipped with advanced sensors and defensive systems, set out to locate the source of the attacks. As they navigated through the affected sectors, they encountered debris from recent skirmishes and signs of extensive damage. The task force tracked the attackers to a hidden base located in a remote region of space. The base was heavily fortified, and the attacking ships were being launched from its hangars. The team deployed stealth drones to gather intelligence on the base's operations and defenses. Emily reviewed the data collected by the drones. The base is equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry and shields. It looks like they're preparing for a large-scale offensive. Raj Patel, one of the engineers, added, "We need to act quickly. If they continue their attacks, they could cripple key supply routes and disrupt galactic stability." The task force devised a plan to neutralize the threat. They would launch a coordinated strike on the base, targeting its key infrastructure and disabling its offensive capabilities. The operation was risky, but necessary to protect the galaxy from further disruption. As the task force approached the base, they encountered fierce resistance. The attacking ships, now revealed as part of a larger fleet, engaged them in a high-intensity battle. The space around the base became a chaotic battleground, with explosions and energy blasts lighting up the dark expanse. The task force fought bravely, using their combined skills and technology to repel the attackers. Emily coordinated the team's efforts, directing them to target the base's critical systems while defending against waves of enemy ships. Inside the base, Emily and a small team infiltrated the facility to plant explosive charges that would disable the base's core systems. They navigated through tight corridors and faced heavy resistance from the base's security forces. During the mission, Emily encountered a figure wearing distinctive armor. The figure was a high-ranking commander of the attacking force, known for their ruthless tactics. The confrontation was intense, with Emily and the commander exchanging blows amidst the chaos of the battle. With determination and skill, Emily managed to defeat the commander and complete the mission. The explosive charges were set, and the team made a swift exit from the base. As the task force regrouped and retreated to a safe distance, they watched as the base erupted in a series of explosions. The destruction of the base and its fleet marked a significant victory, but the cost of the battle was evident. Back at the Galactic Council, the news of the successful operation was met with a mix of relief and concern. The destruction of the base had neutralized the immediate threat, but the attack had underscored the ongoing risks faced by the galaxy. Elder Kral addressed the Council. The clash with the new threat has demonstrated the need for continued vigilance and cooperation. We must strengthen our defenses and enhance our coordination to address future challenges. Saria added, we should also investigate the origins of these new attackers. Understanding their motives and affiliations could help us prevent similar threats in the future. Zarnus agreed. We must remain proactive in addressing both external threats and internal vulnerabilities. Our unity and preparedness are key to maintaining galactic stability. As the Council deliberated on the next steps, Emily and her team reflected on the recent events. The clash had tested their resolve and highlighted the complexity of galactic security. Despite the challenges, they remained committed to their mission of protecting the galaxy and fostering cooperation among its diverse species. The galaxy, once again on the path to recovery, faced an uncertain future. The clash had been a stark reminder of the dangers that lurked beyond the stars, but it had also reinforced the importance of unity and collaboration. With renewed determination, humanity and its allies prepared to face the ongoing challenges and work toward a brighter, more secure future among the stars. A new beginning. The galaxy had seen its fair share of conflict and uncertainty, but the recent clashes and challenges had paved the way for a new chapter in interstellar relations. With the threats of the Korath and the Rogue faction neutralized, the focus now shifted towards rebuilding, strengthening alliances, and embracing the future. Back on Earth, the mood was one of cautious optimism. The victory over the attackers and the successful mission had boosted morale, but the work of recovery and consolidation had only just begun. Dr. Emily Carter and her team were at the forefront of this effort, working tirelessly to foster peace and rebuild trust among the galactic community. The Galactic Council had called for a special session to discuss the future of interstellar relations and to formalize new agreements. Representatives from various species gathered in the council chamber, ready to lay the groundwork for a more unified and collaborative future. Elder Kral opened the session with a hopeful message. We have faced significant challenges, but our ability to come together and overcome them has shown our strength and resilience. Today we begin a new chapter, one of cooperation and mutual growth. Saria, the Xylorian ambassador, added, the recent events have highlighted the importance of our alliances. We must continue to build on this foundation and work together to address both opportunities and challenges. Zarnus, the Xantorian leader, addressed the council next. Our collective efforts have proven that we can achieve great things when we unite. Let us use this moment to solidify our partnerships and focus on creating a future where all species can thrive. The Council approved several key initiatives designed to enhance cooperation and prevent future conflicts. These initiatives included the establishment of a joint research and development center, increased intelligence sharing protocols, and a mutual defense pact to protect against potential threats. One of the most significant outcomes of the session was the creation of a galactic peacekeeping force. This force would be composed of personnel from various species working together to maintain stability and address emerging threats. The peacekeeping force was designed to act swiftly and effectively using the combined expertise and technology of its member species. Emily was appointed to lead the human contingent of the peacekeeping force. She was both honored and excited about the role. This is a tremendous opportunity to contribute to the safety and stability of the galaxy. We will work closely with our allies to ensure that we are prepared for any challenge that comes our way. As the new initiatives took shape, the galaxy began to experience a period of growth and renewal. The Joint Research and Development Center, located on a newly established space station, became a hub of innovation and collaboration. Scientists and engineers from various species worked together, sharing knowledge and developing new technologies that benefited all. The cultural exchange programs continued to flourish, with new initiatives focusing on education and understanding. The exchanges fostered deeper connections between species and helped to bridge gaps in knowledge and perspective. The Galactic Peacekeeping Force, now fully operational, conducted its first joint training exercises. The exercises involved simulations of potential conflict scenarios, allowing the force to practice coordinated responses and build trust among its members. Emily and her team participated in the training, working alongside representatives from the Xylorians, Ylnarians, and Xantorians. The exercises were challenging but provided valuable experience and strengthened the bonds between the participants. One of the highlights of the new era was the successful launch of a collaborative exploration mission. The mission, involving humans and their allies, set out to explore uncharted regions of space. The goal was to discover new worlds, study alien life forms, and expand the boundaries of known space. The exploration mission was met with great enthusiasm. It represented the spirit of discovery and cooperation that defined the new era. As the mission progressed, the crew made exciting discoveries, including new planetary systems and previously unknown species. The success of the mission reinforced the sense of unity and purpose among the galactic community. It was a testament to what could be achieved when species worked together towards a common goal. As Emily looked out from the observation deck of the Peacekeeping Force's flagship, she reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. The challenges and conflicts had been formidable, but they had led to a new beginning, a beginning marked by cooperation, growth, and shared purpose. The galaxy was entering a period of transformation. The lessons learned from past conflicts were shaping a future where alliances were strengthened and new opportunities were embraced. The spirit of unity and collaboration was guiding the galaxy towards a brighter and more secure future. Emily felt a deep sense of satisfaction and hope. The path ahead was filled with possibilities, and the commitment of all species to work together was a powerful force for positive change. As the flagship soared through the stars, Emily knew that humanity and its allies were embarking on a new era of exploration and cooperation. The galaxy was poised for a new beginning, one where the lessons of the past would guide them towards a future of peace and prosperity. With renewed determination and a shared vision, the inhabitants of the galaxy looked forward to the adventures and opportunities that lay ahead, ready to face whatever challenges came their way and to continue building a future among the stars.